Thank you. Thank you. Greetings and good afternoon. My name is Raymond Jetson, and I want to talk to you about aging. For you see, in the United States of America, every day, 10,000 people reach the age of 65. 10,000 people who are living longer, healthier lives reach the age of 65. And this trend, which began a few years ago, is projected to continue until the year 2040. Every day, 10,000 people reaching the age of 65. In addition, U.S. Census data projects the year 2035, a bit more than a decade from now, as the year that the United States will reach the milestone where in the first time in its 246, almost 47 years, there will be more people over the age of 65 than under the age of 18. So this aging thing is really a thing, and it's something that we ought be paying attention to. But it is in paying attention to it that I was drawn to a particular aspect of the aging discussion, and it is the place at which aging intersects with race. For you see, it is at the intersection of aging and race that we learn that the median income for an African American family, 65 plus, is about $50,000, give or take a bit, while for all other families, that amount is in excess of $70,000. That in the year 2019, there were approximately 4 million African Americans 65 plus in the United States, and in just a couple of decades, that number will become 12 million. And that retirement savings account, 44% of African Americans have such a thing, with a typical balance of around $20,000, while 65% of white families have an account in excess of $50,000. And so allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Raymond A. Jetson, and I want to talk to you about aging while black. For you see, it is at that intersection of aging while black that I believe we are compelled to take a series of thoughtful, purpose-driven, culturally grounded actions that prepare us for the reality that is happening all around us. And in the time that I have left, I'd like to offer 3 for your considered embrace. First, I believe that it is imperative that we recalibrate the village. Dear friends, do you actually believe that the current ecosystem that engages and supports black life is prepared for the oncoming onslaught of human potential and demand? Are the businesses, the entities, the agencies, the churches, the mosque, the social, civic, and fraternal organizations prepared to thrive or implode under the weight of the demand that's already on its way? Are we intentionally creating the frameworks that allow us to capitalize on the wisdom of the elders to strengthen our community at every turn, at every site, in every place, in every way? Are we prepared to make space for these brilliant, accomplished, experienced, industrious folks who are going to be showing up in our communities in ever-increasing numbers? I would suggest to you that nothing short of a total reframing of our mental models around this thing we call community is necessary. But in addition to recalibrating the village, I would suggest to you, dear friends, that what we need to do is get busy embracing enthusiastically innovation and rapid change. For you see, the world around us is changing. Innovation, disruption, and change is happening at rates that strains our ability to comprehend. Smart watches, phones, tablets, computers, laptops allow us to engage and impact the world in ways heretofore unimaginable. And just when we think we got this thing figured out, here comes artificial intelligence and pulls the rug, the chair, and our feet from under us, robbing us of any illusion of really understanding this stuff. And so, will the driverless car allow me and my generation to keep the keys to the car well into our 90s? Or maybe even longer? How do we harness artificial intelligence and technology in service to strengthening the community in terms of building power, in terms of social and economic equity, in terms of disrupting systems that have for far too long kept us in places that didn't allow us to thrive? How do we use it? Where and who are the brilliant minds who are wrestling with these issues in service to the culture? But not only must we recalibrate the village and enthusiastically embrace this innovation and rapid change, I will leave you by saying, I believe that we need to lean into the spirit of Sankofa. For you see, many, if not most of us, would profess some basic knowledge of this West African term and the concept, which is about making benevolent use of the past in order to strengthen the present to build the future. And while it is admirable that we have this basic knowledge of the concept, I would suggest that we are at a place where practical applications must be designed and widely shared. And so, for example, I believe that we ought to get busy in building these life paths that allow us to grasp the wisdom of elders. That we are intentional about connecting older and younger generations to tackle the same problems that are impacting them both at the same time. For you see, passing the baton assumes that we are running the same race. And so not only must we intentionally create these life pathways that allow us to tap into the wisdom of the elders, we must be very intentional about strategically supporting the industrious, creative, and disruptive middle generations, the 20 to 50-somethings, so that they are strategically positioned so that they can pivot and give attention to the well-being of the elders and the children at the same time. For you see, aging while black cannot be simply an excursion into appreciating the beautiful complexity of aging blackness. Aging while black has to position us to show up like the Maasai tribe who greets one another with Kesenyere Inkenye, which is translated, and the children, are they well? Aging while black has to be about equipping us to make certain that our children live their best lives and that generations unborn are able to stand under trees that we have planted while here. God bless you.